Welcome back to the TriFecta Airsoft podcast. I'm your host, E-Rock. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you never miss another podcast. Also, do me a favor. Go on to whatever podcast app you listen to us on and give us a rating and review. That really helps us rank in the searches. Thank you so much. Let's get into the podcast.
Up as my webcam. So
oh, you did get it? You got it to work?
Yeah, I managed to download it and do it. I've never used it before, so I was like, I've got to do
it. Hell yeah. Well, it looks like you have the autofocus feature on blast.
Yeah, hang on.
Where it focuses really fast, though. What kind of camera is it?
Mirrorless. It's the Canon M50 Mark II.
Nice.
So it's not got all the mechanical rubbish that you get with a DSLR. It's just straight there. You get your advantages and you get your disadvantages, but what can you do? It's good.
Well, I want to know about that, but welcome first of all.
Thank you.
But yeah, I definitely want to hear about this stuff because this is the kind of stuff I'm curious about that I don't really know too much about these cameras and settings and everything. But
yeah. So
what's your call sign again?
Maverick_BTN.
Maverick.
So BTN being an abbreviation from obviously where I'm from. I'm from Brighton. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
The happy seaside village.
Well, I found you on Instagram through Red Panda.
Yeah.
And Freelance 6mm. You know her boyfriend.
Yeah. Marcus and Bernie. Yeah.
I found you through that because isn't Caitlin her sister, or is that? Or
no, Caitlin's my missus.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
we're like part of the same little friendship group. So it was me and Marcus. I started airsofting like I want to say 2019, late 2019, and then and then for some reason we thought it would be a good idea to get the girls involved, and now they're taking over our Instagrams. It's not really a good diet, but
oh man, yeah, they got into it and just went 1,000%.
They're just taking it over and just made me and Marcus look bad, terrible. Or our Instagram just gets overlooked. Everything, we're the ones that make the content, and they just post it, and then there it is. We're just here to be
right.
Yeah.
Well, they look better, bro.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. I mean, that's how it is. That's how it goes.
That's how it is. I've just got to live with it. Okay. We're all part of the same little group. So Marcus, I knew from our little home site, which is down the road at Worthing. And then we started going to a bigger site in Crawley, which is called Driverwood. It's got so much more stuff there. Loads of buildings, loads of I don't know how he gets them, like helicopters out of commission, like helicopters, bus, and other vehicles that are just there. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's a great little site. So we started going there, and then the girls just came with us, and the rest be told. And then
Yeah, I was when the first time I talked to Bernie, she says, I asked her how she got into airsoft. She's like, well, my boyfriend, it was like our first date. He took me to the shooting range or something, the airsoft attack sense thing or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, well, that's what we used to have. So we used to have a little attack sense range down the road from us. Well, down the road from me. Marcus and Bernie are in Worthing, so it's about 12 miles that way. But we used to be there like every night. It used to be like a little family social club. So yeah, those two used to come down there. I brought Caitlin down there. We always used to practice. I mean, me and Marcus were there like it was like an addiction. We were there all the time. So and then we've got a couple of oldie guys down there who aren't really into the whole social media stuff, but they love the whole they love the whole airsoft community, only because they're either retired servers or so it's for them, it's their little getaway from home, way to get out. I mean, some people choose fishing or other like golf, But yeah, no, these boys, they're like that. So we all used to just have a little family down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So from that,
How did you what was the first time you took Caitlin?
I took Caitlin. First time I took Caitlin down the range.
You took her to the range or an actual game?
No, I took her to the range because the guy who owned the range, Caitlin used to know when she was a little girl. So, yeah, when I rocked up with Caitlin, the owner who was Lee. He was like, "No way! How the hell do you two?" And I was like, "Whoa!" Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, and then Lee was he's still the go-to guy for if we need any like knowledge on things and stuff like that. And then we got Caitlin all set up, we got Bernie all set up, and then we all trotted off down to, I think your first game was dog tag, wasn't it? Which is the other side of Crawley. And yeah, that was it. I think within the first like 2 weeks of them opening like an airsoft Instagram account, I think the pair of them both had like 200-300 followers under their belt. And I was like, well, that's great, isn't it? I'm not like I've been trying for 3 years or so, is it? Like, but yeah. No, it definitely blew up. I mean, the two of them are bloody. It's really good for me and the rest of the boys there who do a lot of content creating. It's a really good. It's nice to see. Obviously, it's a male dominated sport, and it's nice to see a lot of attention going to the girls. I mean, they do earn it. I mean, they do scare the shit out of both of us, but sometimes when they start barking orders. You don't really tend to say no. So
I mean, look, man, when you never, nobody wants to be yelled at by a girl because, you know, when you're growing up, like your mom, when she yells at you, bro, you know, okay,
yeah,
look out.
Yeah, it's go, it's action time. Yeah, let's not.
And I grew up with two sisters, so
yeah,
when you know, when I was younger, if they started picking on me, I'm like, hey, I'm outnumbered here, so hell yeah.
The easy way out.
I hung out in the woods, man. I had a woods behind our house and pretty secluded. And you know, from the time I was probably 8 or 9, I would just run back in the wood. They didn't even have a fence there yet. And by the time I was like 12, they had started sectioning off and put up a fence. I would just hop the fence and I would go out there with a pellet gun, you know, an air rifle, and shoot squirrels or whatever, and I would just sit in the woods and be by myself because I always, you know, liked kind of sneaking around in the woods, scoping out birds and rabbits and whatever, you know. But that was my getaway because when my dad was at work, there's 3 females at home. Oh hell no.
Yeah, you need to get out.
Right.
See, I never had that around here. I mean, around my area it's pretty. I don't know if you've ever been to like England, but it's like I don't know. All the houses, they're all either in the same place, and then you got open land, and then you got more houses. So there's nowhere really to get away. So I mean, my own like childhood, it was all growing up at skate parks and stuff, which brought the attention to me getting a camera. So
okay.
So I got into longboarding. Do you know what longboarding is?
I do.
Yeah, so I got into longboarding and I got pretty big at longboarding over here. So I used to attend like racing, downhill racing, sliding events.
Oh, wow.
So
you're talking about those real longboards where these guys are flying down these hills.
That's the one, yeah. So I used to be the guys that just like go all the way down to the bottom of the hill and get hit by a bus. So that was me. But like that's what initially started the whole like media thing. So I started touching cameras when I was about 12. Yeah, it was probably about 12. My dad got me a little film camera, and I made a little like boomstick with a little nut at the end, so I could like mount the camera to it and start filming myself shooting down hills.
Oh shit.
That was literally the go-to thing to do. So when it come to obviously me trying something new, which was airsoft, because after a while of like doing skateboarding, dude, your knees, no matter how old you are, like, I'm 25 now and my knees feel 80. So like I was like, I need a new sport. So I bought an airsoft gun. My first airsoft gun I ever bought was just for an absolute joke about. I bought a Cyma gun for like 130, like 130 pound.
Yeah.
And then me and my mates, we all just disappeared up the up the downs and started shooting each other, thinking it was, oh, we got to do this for real. So yeah, when it went into obviously doing the airsofting, me and Marcus met each other, and I was doing that quite a lot. Yeah, it was almost quite natural just to pull out a camera and start taking some cool pictures, and then yeah, it started grabbing the attention of people, and then now look.
Right.
I mean,
that's cool, man.
I can it's worked better with the airsoft than it did the skateboarding, because the skateboarding, I mean, there's only so many things you can do with the skateboarding that hasn't been done already. So I kind of took what I know from videoing and photos, skateboarding, BMX and all that,
right,
to the airsoft scene. So I don't know if you've seen, like, I could do the photoshops where I put people in like a background of something like zombie apocalypse or something. I mean, the skateboarding, things like that, I used to make people jump like burning cars or something stupid like that. I mean, it's just a much easier thing to be able to go, whoa, hang on a minute, I can do that now. I can do that now. There's a geezer with a gun. I can make him look like he's in James Bond, or I can. There's so much to do with airsoft that it's just the possibilities are absolutely endless. So,
right.
I mean, that's the best thing. It literally is. So going back to obviously the whole growing up thing and having like the longboarding being the only thing to do, and now over here I've got like, you know, a bit more, you know, I'll say I'm an adult, but yeah, you can go over, be a kid again, and start doing like the whole shooting around and stuff, and then put a GoPro on your head and start recording. It's brilliant.
Well, not only that, but when, you know, with airsoft, you have, like, for you guys, or for you as a photographer, you have, like you're saying, you have all these different diverse kind of things you can take pictures of, and backgrounds and stuff, like the airsoft festival, right?
Yeah. Oh, that was honestly,
it's like there's so many different people, like cosplay kind of stuff.
That's the best thing with it. I mean, you could go to all of these different skateboarding festivals and stuff that we went to. So we had like Hogtober, we had Hog Hill. So that's the main guys, the Hog guys. I think it was Hog guys. Yeah. I was 12. I can't really remember much. Hogtober was like the go-to place, which is in Essex. And they used to do loads of skateboarding things, but it was literally all the same people, all of that. But
so what is Hogtober?
The hill that held the events was called Hog Hill. So they used to have Hogtober, which was like the October Fest, where you go in Halloween clothes and just shoot down hills, have a barbecue. I mean, if I was old enough, then you know,
drinking,
get on the old. Yeah, man. I kind of missed out on that because I kind of gave up with it by then. But
I would imagine getting drunk before you go, you know, 40 miles down the hill, 40 miles an hour downhill. That's real smart.
There's not much sense going on around in skateboarding, really.
Right.
But the NAF festival, oh dude, it was amazing. It was literally, there's so much to do. Like, as soon as I got there, I was blown away. Like, 1 minute you got like old cosplaying pieces. I mean, there was dudes dressed up as like World War II characters. There was dudes dressed up as like stormtroopers. So like you can go from like really, really realistic, like Royal Marine looking guys to like Han Solo. Like, it's just, I mean, as a photographer, you're just like, whoa, I could do this, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that. I think over the weekend, I think I took about 4,000 photos or something stupid like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, the group that I went with, which was basically me, Bernie, Marcus, and Caitlin, our friend Josh owns the Krios Photography.
Okay, I was going to ask you how to say that because I saw it on your Instagram. I didn't know if it was Krios. Okay, Krios.
Krios is Josh's little company thing. So he ran it beforehand, and then obviously we met down the range, and he was like, "Do you want to come with me?" Because, you know, yeah. So I did some work for Josh at Driverwood, taking photos there at the site. I only did that a couple of times, to be fair. But NAF, it was just amazing, dude. There was just people there. I mean, you met some crazy kids, didn't we? It was just mad. It was brilliant. I mean, I could probably try and find some actual photos on here. This is the kind of stuff you'll see at NAF. I mean, it went from super realistic looking guys to just absolute nutcases. I mean, here's one guy I got a picture of. Is it gonna focus? There we go.
Oh, that's cool.
And it went from like that sort of thing And we scroll all the way to the bottom. See, this is what I mean. How many photos that went through?
Oh my God.
It is ridiculous. I'm going to take the drag bar because it's going to take ages. We'll be here all night. For instance, this guy. So this guy was an absolute legend. He came dressed as this guy. I think he's a Scots Guard.
Oh, that's cool.
There's going to be so many history freaks like quoting me right now, and if I've just got that wrong. So he was a really cool guy because he dressed up as this guy for the first day. Oh no, the first half of the first day.
Yeah.
And then comes back later, like dressed as a bloody stormtrooper. Like it was just, and he just ran around like it as well. It was like, oh my days.
Oh, that's cool.
There was just so many weird people. Like it was just brilliant. I mean, like this is what I was saying. The skateboarding community, everyone's the same, but airsoft, yeah,
isn't that wild?
It was just complete mix of different people. Like you couldn't just define one certain genre of person, and that's the best thing about airsoft. You can meet so many random geezers who are just absolute diamond blokes, and no one's the same. Yeah, and it's just different. Everyone's different, and I think that's the height that's kept me going it for so long. It's just meeting so many different people, and the best thing is bloody autofocus is going mental now, isn't it? The best thing about the old airsofting is, yeah, no one's the same. Everyone's different. Everyone knows someone else. It's such a small community, but it's a big community at the same time.
Right. It's a lot of people, but they're all close.
Yeah. You can find absolutely anyone if you look hard enough. Like, I mean, we've just driven up all the way up to Manchester to go to the AI 500 inside the mall.
Yeah.
And it was.
Oh, you were at that one?
Yeah. Oh, God.
That game?
No. Yeah.
Oh, so listen, dude, the podcast that comes out tomorrow, I talked with a guy, his nickname or call sign is McGaz.
Yeah.
And he runs a podcast called Balls Deep Podcast. Okay. So he was at that event and he texted me when he got back and said, dude, there was so many clusterfuck moments in this thing because
I was so glad you said it.
He's like, you know, there was he said me and my team had we had a good time, but he said there were so many people fucking bitching, like going nuts because they didn't know the rules. That was like just a clusterfuck, really.
I'm not gonna bitch about AI because I really want to keep my social online profile to be a nice kid, but dude, honestly, it was just like painful. It was painful. I mean, for me to be able to, you know what, I'll tell you from start to finish my experience, right? So I went on to, Marcus sent me the page to buy the ticket. So I bought a ticket for me, I bought a ticket for Caitlin. So there's £50 deposit, right? And then I drove all the way up there. So that's about 300 miles. So that's about 2 tanks of fuel, right?
Ooh, yeah.
And then that's there and back. And fuel prices in America at the moment is just not UK at the moment, it's just crazy. Well,
same here,
yeah, it's crazy over here. So got over there, and then I was expecting like to go in and be told that I'm not allowed in there because I didn't get a confirmation email, I didn't get the waiver, I didn't get anything. I was like, what the hell? So I ended up getting Marcus and Josh to send me the waiver, signed the waiver for me, and Caitlin goes there. Oh, we also had to buy the hotel as well. So we went from the hotel to the game, and then in there we get in. I was like, okay, sweet, brilliant. We don't know that there's 4 teams on one team. So you have tan team and green team, and then you have Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta, like separating the 2 teams. I was like, well, I don't know where I am. No one sent me the email. No one knew. I didn't know anything. And then we get in there, and dude, to look at the place, it was the most insane like game that you're ever gonna play. Like I was so excited. It literally is like a complete shopping mall. So you're like 3 stories, escalators.
Yeah.
All the shops looks like a zombie land. Like there is.
Oh, that's cool.
everything's been ransacked. The windows are still there. All the doors are open. So you've got all the service tunnels and all of that. So for me and Marcus doing like CQB stuff all the time, it was just like, all right, go to work, boys. This is it. This is mine and Marcus's playground, man. So we were so excited to get in there, but I don't think they expected that many people to turn up. Now, it would have been really, really, really good if they knew how many people were going to turn up, because 400 people turned up to that event. And I don't think they expected that many people to turn up, because they had about 10 marshals for those 400 people. And it was just complete. So the tan team was on the bottom floor, which was my team, and the green team were on the top floor. And we had to get to the top floor to get the objectives. And they had this one big objective in the middle of like an atrium, which was the main objective, which they just thought, oh, you know what, this would be a good idea to just shoot down on them. So the whole game, if you went anywhere like near the middle, dude, you would just be rained on hail.
Oh my God.
It hurt so much, honestly. It hurts so much. So literally the whole time, I mean, we were there trying to push, and we're like, no. Okay, let's go up the service stairs and then push along. So we tried that. And because there was no marshals, the speed softers thought, oh, let's just do the usual. Let's just not count our hits. And it was just like, right, cheers, guys. I mean, it was fun. I'm not going to complain about it, because like I had a bloody good time. It was really good. I was just unfortunate that there was no narrative. I mean, I went there for the whole vibes of it, to be honest. I wanted to get a decent couple of photos. I bought the new GoPro, so I mean, what can you say? The game was like crap. It wasn't really. It's just had too many people. They didn't expect it. So I hope next year they take what they've learned, because this is their first game. It is the first game in abandoned mall. I mean, you put that anywhere, abandoned mall, airsoft, or somewhere like that, everyone's going to lose their fucking minds and want to play it.
Exactly.
They don't know what they were walking into. So hopefully next year they learn from what they got from it. I mean, you got to make mistakes to be able to plan a game like that sort of scale.
Right.
You can't just walk into that game like that and just be like, this is this is that, this is perfect. Like it's
Yeah.
And I mean, to be fair, the first day they saw some teething. They saw that half the other team didn't chrono, and they didn't expect that many people to be turning up with chrono. So they got 10 different chronos from somewhere. I don't know where they managed to find 10 chrono machines in like under 6 hours, but they managed to pull in loads of chronos. They managed to pull in some more barricades, some more covers. They even made some covers. So like, it was worked a lot better. And the second day, I was just so enjoyable. Like we had to leave halfway through just because, from Manchester to Brighton, it is, I think, how long were we driving? 7 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
woo. Yeah, man, that's a haul.
Yeah, it was so long. But yeah, if I could have stayed for the longer on the second day, I probably would have enjoyed it. But there's been so much controversy the past 2 days about AI. I do kind of feel sorry for them. But like, yeah, I mean, I feel sorry, obviously, for the rest of the guys. I mean, everyone should feel sorry for everything, because it was a bit too much of a price to pay for, obviously, the venue being and how it was played.
Yeah.
But you can argue with the fact that they didn't really know what they were expecting. I mean, no one's going to expect 400 people rock up to this event, especially like something of that size. But it was good.
Overall, it was I mean, if you have a cool pictures. Right, you got some good video and pictures and stuff.
What can you moan at? I mean, who's going to let me in a mall with a gun without getting my head blown off? I mean, like, you can't really argue, can you?
That's cool.
It is what it is. Yeah.
I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't know. I think he had told me this. McGaz, he had told me a while ago that he was going to this thing. Yeah, matter of fact, I know what it was. We were when I asked him to be on the podcast, he said, "Well, wait till I get back from this event in early
Yeah.
October, so I have some of that stuff to talk about." And I was like, "Well, we can. Well, we could just talk about your podcast because I found his podcast is how I found him." So so anyway, we ended up doing the podcast like 2 weeks ago. As it comes out tomorrow. Well, he was telling me. So when he texted me yesterday, I think, yeah, yesterday, he was like, "Dude, I got back from this event." He said the same thing. He said the mall, like the area, was cool as fuck. He said, in our team, he said, my team had a good time, but there was so many people like griping about cheaters and it was just,
Oh,
disorganized. But yeah,
yeah.
I think he did say there were so many people there, but yeah, if you don't realize how many people are going to be there and you're not prepared for it, it's
No,
hard to handle.
I don't think. I mean, playing for as long as I have now, and obviously going to these events, I don't think I've ever been to an event that big in that little space.
Yeah.
I mean, even like Driverwood gets the most I've seen at Driverwood is 300 people.
Yeah.
And
that's outdoor, right?
Yeah, Driverwood's a 99-acre long, like big, massive forest.
Oh yeah.
It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. And if it you had, I mean, Driver would have been doing it. They've been operating for ages, absolutely ages. They know what they're doing. They come week in, week out. Wednesday they do a night game. They know exactly what they're doing.
Right.
So for AI to do one a year or two a year exactly, I don't know how many they do in a place they've never done it before, and then randomly somehow 400 people rock up to your event in the space of a shopping mall.
Yeah.
You have no idea what to do. I mean, no one will.
No,
and for people to say like, "Fuck you guys," I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. They did the best they could. They did the best they could. It is what it is. Sometimes it was enjoyable. Sometimes it weren't enjoyable. But as a game of airsoft, I mean, you can go out to an outside game. Like, I mean, Drivewood, like I said, like I've been playing there for years. You still get the idiots not taking their hits. I mean, that's just airsoft. It's just airsoft. They don't take it. You just ping them in the head again. It's more fun.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? It's just, I mean, I've got 30 rounds a second. I can just put it on full auto and just, bye, baby.
What are you using? What are you shooting?
I'm using a G&G SR15, but I've completely gutted it. It's not G&G.
Just the body.
It's just the body. It's just perfect. I couldn't find a gun that I could just hold in my hands and it's the same weight. And I'm like, this is my baby. Like, so I thought, you know what, I just got it. See what I can do with it.
Is it? Did you switch over to HPA or is it still AEG?
Still AEG.
Yeah.
I don't want that whole pipe thing.
Right.
The reason I like doing my airsoft thing is it is literally like kind of reenacting gun warfare / movement. So I mean, the whole pipe thing is just not realistic to me. I like to look legit. I like to feel legit.
Yeah.
So if for any reason I ever do get into the real thing, it is just there. It's
natural.
Muscle memory. And, it's just natural.
Uh-huh.
So I made the gun work like exactly. Well, I tell you.
What'd you put in it?
What did I put in it?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, what did I put in it? I put in the tightest barrel that you can fit inside that thing that will shoot absolutely anything. I'm literally like, you wouldn't even be able to put like a cigarette paper through it. Like, it's so, and then I put a Max Model hop up in it. I put Maple Leaf hop up rubber in it. Put Perrin ETU plus chip in it, so I can program the trigger.
Right.
Christ, I can play Jingle Bells on it as well.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. Marcus had one. Marcus can play like Billie Jean or something on his. Like,
what do you mean?
So inside Perrin chips, it's a little computer chip that goes in the back of your stock, and you connect it up, and then You've got 5 different things you can do on it. You can binary trigger, you can do program how many rounds you can throw down. So if I wanted to set my gun on single fire to fire 3 times rather than once, I can set it to fire 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 2 times, 1 times. I can do that. And then I can still have full auto as full auto. You can also set it to figure out where the gears are in your gearbox, so it will pre-cock. So rather than just going tit, and yeah, it will just, it's rapid. It's just there.
Oh man, that's cool.
There's so many things you can do with it. You can also get it to stop firing at 30 rounds, I think. So if you've got a mid cap and it's got 180 capacity, you have to reload it to do this thing. And then there's another, like, you have to keep twiggling the selector switch to code it, but there's a way of playing the music, and each one's got like a different song to it, so depending.
Oh shit, that's cool.
I think Marcus said he had like Billie Jean or something on his. So
yeah,
I haven't played with it that far yet, because I know if I start tinkering with things, my gun's not going to work. So I just leave to what I know.
Start smoking and
yeah. We don't want that. So, but you know, I completely gutted it, threw all that stuff in it, and I tried to make it perform as much as Marcus's DAS does, because the DAS is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can keep up.
Oh, so his is a gas blowback?
No, his is a GBLS DAS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if you guys seen it. It's crazy. It's got some weird goings on inside that thing that you just don't want to try and even understand. Like
alien technology. Elon Musk made it.
Yeah, Elon Musk definitely made it. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's got it's the closest thing you can get to a real rifle, in my opinion. I mean, yeah.
Mechanical trigger and everything.
Yeah. You still, I mean, to pull the bloody thing, it's like, come on, and then off it goes. It is AEG, but you can use it as a springer if your battery dies. So,
holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to call him up and ask him what it's about. I have no idea.
Yeah,
it's crazy though, but it's also a mortgage to buy. So,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, I mean, half the people I talk with, when they once they start getting into airsoft, they're like, dude, I spent, especially these guys that get into the mil sims, where the outdoor stuff, where they're going these big events, and they're starting to get nods, and they got all their gear, and they're getting like real military stuff, not just like cheap stuff. So they're getting, $100 vests, $200 vests, $300 helmets.
See, that's what me and Marcus have kind of done. It's just,
exactly.
I started, I was like, I ain't spending 200 quid on a chest rig. No. And now I mean, for Christ's sake, Caitlin had to pull me away from the night vision stand at NAF. If she weren't there, then I'd be walking around with no lights on right now. But it's good, because I mean, I wanted to feel legit, I wanted to look legit, I wanted to act legit. So I worked my way down. So I mean, the Viper stuff, we got Viper over here. I don't know about you, but the Viper boys, we met them at the AI as well, and NAF. One of the nicest companies you could ever get. Like, they are, I mean, their stuff just keeps getting better and better and better and better. Viper Tactical.
Okay. It sounds familiar. I haven't talked to them yet.
Yeah, they're huge. They're absolutely huge. So their clothing is next to the, like, being on the point of legit. Caitlin's like a walking poster girl for them. So yeah, so they absolutely love us, and even Bernie's a poster girl for them as well. Like, so yeah, I mean, their stuff is brilliant. I mean, I had a chest rig when I first started from Viper, and that lasted me all this time, and then I upgraded to a Warrior, which is what all the boys at the range had when they were working and doing their bits. So Caitlin got that for my birthday. Nice. And then I just followed it up. I got Warrior this, Warrior that. And then I recently just bought a helmet set up so I could sit the GoPro on it. So I do want to try and get into the whole milsim thing. Marcus is already neck deep in it. So he's he's kind of given some decent guidance what to do with it. But no, I do want to get into it, but like I do want a mortgage. So it's like,
right.
yeah, it's mental, especially over here. So yeah, I mean HPA in and stuff like that. This is the whole point. If you start doing that, you start running away from the realistic, real sim sort of things, and you start heading towards the speed softers, which is a swear word in the UK airsoft scene at the moment.
What is it?
A swear word, and it's a naughty word.
Is it really?
Yeah. Oh man, it's just so, it's like you got the milsim boys, and then you got the speed softers, and dude, we are at each other's necks like no one has ever seen. Like,
no shit.
dude,
Now, see,
honestly,
look, I didn't. Okay, so I was talking with somebody. Well, I've talked with a handful of speed QBers like in the last 2 months, and all of them from here in America, and we're always joking about that. Like, I don't, we're like, we see this like arguments or whatever online between mil simmers and speed QBs, but we always think it's like it's not real. Like that doesn't really happen in real life. It's just online memes and shit. And these guys are like, yeah, man, it's really not that bad. He goes, we got mil simmers that come to the speed QB field and they'll talk with us. And we're just like, hey, what's up? It's no big deal. But now what you're saying, see, and the thing is, most of the people I've talked with that are in the UK, they say the same way you say about speed QBers, like, oh, speed QB guys.
It is mental. It is absolutely mental.
That's crazy.
Like, I mean, you could keep up with them. You can keep up with them, but like the whole thought of just running a tank with an air pressure on it and then a pistol with a like high capper on it, just go do paintball, man. Just go do paintball. Like,
oh, it's funny.
It's honestly, it's ridiculous because you see these guys, you're walking around like, yeah, if we go do that, then we can go around there, cut around these guys, do it. You work out all of these plans and you get this one crazy fool in a jersey, just boom, straight past them, clack, 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 clack. I follow him.
I was, Englefield Echo is her YouTube channel. Her name's Chloe. Yeah. She's in the UK. I don't know if she plays at Driverwood. It might be. But anyway, she said the same thing. She's like, we see these guys like that. Just go play paintball.
Yeah. It's literally, they act like they're in paintball. They shoot like they're in paintball. Just go play paintball. Like,
yeah, it really is.
It'll be so much more better for you. And the fact that like, yeah, the guns go in different directions, but like, it'd be so much more accomplishing for you to go play paintball because like, the way they do it is crazy. I mean, AI, I think there was about 200 of these guys, right?
Oh shit.
Honestly, holy shit. They would just run straight at you. Like these, I mean, the first clip I ever got, geezers come flying down the escalators, start to clack, 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 clack. I'm like, you're in the open, my guy. But they just run, they just go. Okay, sweet. Right, he's dead. He's gone straight back upstairs and come straight back downstairs.
I mean, it's literally like those guys in Call of Duty that don't know the map.
Literally that.
They just run out.
You got yourself set up with your MP5 setup. You're off. That's it. Sliding around. I tried copying them. I actually did do a nice knee slide, but now I've ended up with this nice little scab here. So,
see, you were just talking about your knees feeling 80 years old. What the hell?
I know. I got a bit too carried away with it.
Oh, that's funny, man.
I think there actually was a little word in the top of the GoPro. I was like, "Watch this," and just and it didn't work at all. But no, it is literally war. It is literally war between the airsofters and the milsimmers.
Oh, that's wild.
I'd rather go down the game of the whole milsim thing because I love that whole sort of scene of this,
right.
Working out different solutions to fixing certain problems and all that. That is my go-to for the games. If you've got an objective, that's a decent narrative. And you got yourself a nice little, there's an obstacle there. You've got a problem solve on the go. I love that. I absolutely love that.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
the speed softers, dude, they're just there. They see their target and they're gone. That's it.
It's Halo or Call of Duty. That's team
literally
deathmatch. Just go.
Yeah.
Or lone wolf, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, the guy.
That's what I mean. They don't team up or anything. They're just there.
No, they just they don't care how many times they get killed.
No. They've got the energy to run back to the spawn and back 10 times a day. Yeah.
Well, you know, the good thing about like going to an actual mill sim instead of like an open play in an outdoor field, whatever, you're not going to have that mix. You're at a real mill sim, you're not going to have speed QB guys. You have to have, there's uniform requirements, there's gear requirements, shit like that. So it doesn't, and if you run out, and it's a team-based game, if you run out like that, your team's going to get pissed off at you. So
yeah, see, they did my lot used to nickname me Rabbit because that's exactly what I used to do. I used to just run
when you first started
towards. No, well,
like 2 weeks ago.
No, not 2 weeks ago. Where did the whole rabbit thing start? Was it first started?
When you first started going to more games with
the Milsim boys, when I started playing with the Milsim boys, because I'm so used to like just skirmishes. I just thought, fuck you, I'm running in for it. Go off, I'll win. And that's why the old boys were like, what is this kid? How has he got this much energy? And I used to just drop the chest rig, just rock in there with one mag. Yep, you're dead. Come back. Woo, come back. Woo. I used to do that. But you'll end up finding, the more you think about it, and the way you can plan it out like a game of chess, you just go, right, if I get rid of him, I'll go around that way and get it. You actually get more out of it, and it's a more enjoyable day. It does work out a lot better. So I will give, I will put my hand up. I was one of them kids. They just need to grow up. Play paintball.
You just needed some experience, with all the different kind of gameplay.
Yeah, and that's why I like. That's why I like it. It's just it's great. It's great. You get the real life Call of Duty in your hands. You just get to do whatever you want to do. Yeah. And the fact that I can record it in a way like I did, like I can record my my experiences. I can literally record my go-to. So this, from the day I started all the way up to now, like I can go back on Instagram and just go, oh yeah, that was a fun day. Like, oh yeah, I remember like that. It's nice. And then it's great. It's just,
now, do you have a favorite field that you play at?
Oh, that's really hard. Probably the South Coast CQB, the CQB site, funny enough. The South Coast CQB site. We only literally just went there a couple of months ago. Probably, was it a month ago, 2 months ago? Yeah. That is fun as hell. Literally, you got like an old RAF, I think it was an RAF training facility, like ground. So you got a couple of houses, couple of warehouses.
Yeah.
They obviously, the mob use it now, so you can only play it a couple of times a year. So you go in there, you got houses and bits and bobs. So I was in my bloody element. I was jumping through windows. I was jumping through doors. Caitlin's never seen me go that mad. Like, I lost my absolute brain. I look like an absolute madman. I was in my element. I mean, I could use my like energy that I had and stuff like that. I can use the whole CQB knowledge that we practiced at the range and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Marcus was still doing his little like meal sim stuff, and he was running around the right hand side. So they left me in the middle with a couple of other geezers that just attract the opposite team. So I managed to get so much aggro built up. They all focused on me whilst they all went around the right hand side. So Caitlin was in the room with me, and I'm smacking windows, I'm smacking doors. Like, come on! I was having the time of my life. But yeah, it's just, I like the action. I like being in it. In it, and dude, that was so fun. And again, that's another one of those sites like AI where you're in there with what's it, like the whole the vibes of it, and you actually feel like you're actually doing it for real. Like,
Yeah.
they also do another one called UCAT Bunker, which is an old World War II bunker.
Oh, cool.
And there's like little catacombs and crawly holes and like corridors with no lights in, and you don't know
shit.
you don't know what's around the corner. You got no phone signal. You got like no radio signal. So no one's on comms. It's just you stick with your guy, or you're dead. Like,
yeah, no shit.
It's crazy fun. That is crazy fun.
Sounds like that place needs to have a Halloween event.
I think they do.
Like a scary fucking clowns and
that'd be it. That'd be me.
But the clowns, from that movie It, the clown,
yeah,
and then what's the one? There's some other ones. Put them in the corridors with the no lights, and jump out at people.
We got something called Tully's Farm here. So that's basically what it is. I think that's set near Driverwood, or the same organisers as Driverwood. I'm not too sure.
Oh, that's cool.
I've never actually been, but yeah, no, everyone's saying for me to go down there, but I am no go for clowns. Like, that is like that is like one of my things. Like,
isn't that wild? Like, I mean, I swear, bro. Like, just like not even that long ago, just a few years ago, nobody was ever even talking about being afraid of clowns. Well,
I would say clowns years ago.
I guess people were. We just didn't. It wasn't nobody knew how many people were afraid of clowns until it started coming out, and now everyone's like, "Yeah, I've always been afraid of clowns." It was like, it's so crazy.
I think it was when I was in school. There were people like dressing up as clowns and sitting on the side of streets, like for a viral video or something like that.
Yeah,
yeah. They were like the whole killer clown hashtag.
Oh yeah, you saw those videos where I don't even know what country they were in, but the guys would like jump out from behind a corner, like at night in a public place where a mom's walking with her like little boy or something, and they would jump out and the people would fall down and run. I'm like, dudes, this clown's gonna get shot. I swear.
That's what I mean. If that was me, two things would either happen. I'd either turn and run or just fight and flight. I don't know what would happen. I don't even want to be in that situation.
Oh,
honestly, clowns, dude. No.
Okay, how about the videos with Chucky? The movie Chucky?
Yeah, I actually haven't watched Chucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people are afraid of that one.
Halloween.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know what it is about clowns, man, but there's so many people afraid of that.
It's the fact that you can't see their face that does it for me. You can't read their face, so you can't read the body language. You don't know what they're doing. They're just unpredictable. Like, it's just Caitlin's laughing now. I hate it.
They're creepy. They're creepy. You know what's funny though? We're talking about this like the National Airsoft Festival and like all these cosplay, people that are interested in airsoft, airsofters that are cosplayers. I have yet to see anyone dress up as a clown for cosplay. I haven't seen any.
We've had one. We've had some weird ones. We've had Stormtrooper. We've had Jedis, like geezers rock up with a lightsaber and start like just whacking things.
That's pretty popular. Yeah.
We had Halo guy.
Nice.
Halo guy at NAF, Master Chief. What else have we had? We had Horn guy. I don't know exactly what it was supposed to be, but Caitlin's laughing now. He was annihilated. He would go around NAF. Bearing in NAF's like in the New Forest. It's huge, dude. It's absolutely massive. I think there was 3,300 people there. This geezer stood out from every single one of them. He ran around with a Viking like horn hat.
Oh shit.
Some weird like trouser things. No shirt, just a pair of like goggles and a horn. No gun. He would stand at the top of whatever hill the attacking team was coming from, blow this horn, and just get peppered.
Oh
I've got a photo of this guy, and he looks like he's had like chicken pox, man. He literally just been lit up the whole weekend.
Shit.
he was an absolute legend. Just because any time you're like, oh, so we'll be standing there with the cameras taking pictures of like the orange team and the green team, for instance. All of a sudden, you'll just hear like that, and all of these blues just come straight over a hill, and this guy's standing at the top of it, just getting absolutely lit up.
Oh my God.
He was a legend, bro.
That's cool.
What else do we have? We have Banjo Guy. That's the. I don't know if he was cosplaying or just trying to do his own brand, but he probably was like the star of NAF.
Really?
Like unintentional star of NAF, because the geezer the first day was just walking around all the stalls with this banjo playing. Like, I've never seen anyone play a banjo that good, running around playing this banjo. The last night of NAF, there was obviously a tent where everyone was getting drunk, and there's a stage and they're giving out prizes, this, that, and the other. Gets up on stage, starts playing the banjo, gets given a gun for free. But like, the dude was honestly like everyone's hero. Literally anywhere you walk around, Banjo Guy. Like, yeah, he was sick. Who else?
Man, this I've heard about this event so many times now because I've talked to so many
Dude,
people in the
got
UK.
to come over here.
I want
this.
I'm like, dude, this sounds like the best fucking party ever. There's
tents.
There's
literally it.
There's beer, there's drinking, there's tons of people that are interested in the same thing, all these different mix of people that are dressed up, and it's like Halloween costumes everywhere.
Yeah, dude,
and you're shooting guns. Like,
yeah,
how can it get any better?
Next year you've got to get down here. You've got to get down here for New Forest.
That would be fucking awesome.
It's so good. It is honestly so good. I mean, we had to kind of be professional and work, but like 90% of the people there were just out of their head and shooting each other. Like, it was just an unrelentless. It was almost like when your parents go and leave you home alone for the first time in your life, and you got 3,000 of these people in the same mindset. Like, it was just utter chaos.
Cool, man. Yeah.
Greatest party event you've ever seen in your entire life. Like,
that is cool.
It was great.
Hell yeah.
I keep going on to NAF now, but we're going from cosplay to, it's always going back to NAF. NAF, honestly, hands down, the best airsoft like UK event that there ever was or can be. Like,
yeah,
that's it. Yeah,
it sounds like it. Every time I talk with somebody, I'm like, it makes me want to come out there and go to this thing next year, all the time.
Yeah, you've got to do it, bro. You've got to do it. Even bring like a little mini podcast set up with you and come find us. That'd be sick. That'd be really cool.
Hell yeah. So I was going to ask you about your photography and stuff. So you started, do you do that professionally now? Is that like your main job?
Trying to. I wanted to do it when I was a kid. So obviously the whole skateboarding thing, I tried getting somewhere with it and it didn't really work.
Yeah.
So I kind of gave up on it because I went to college for video editing and all that. And then I had a bit of a bad experience with the tutor. I don't think he's teaching nowadays, but like, he literally came into the class and he was like, you're not going to go anywhere with it. So I was, kind of put a lot of like disbelief and negative thoughts in your brain. So I gave up on it for a while, and then starting airsoft with it, and then like just doing what I already knew.
Right.
It kind of blew up. So I'm guessing that not many people have done what I've done with it. So like I said, it blew up. And then I met Josh, and Josh was like, do you want to jump on this with me? So obviously I bit the opportunity, and I'm following it, and I'm just now more than ever concentrating more on photography media in the airsoft and all of that more than ever. I'm gonna completely 100% devote myself to it because I see, I've always wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I never really could get anything to do it with it. I've tried it on skateboarding, I tried it on motorbikes. I got somewhere with it, but I never got as far as I have with airsoft. So I think, you know what, if I weren't trying and I've got further with airsoft than anything else, then I'm going to go straight for it. So I'm going guns blazing.
Yeah. Well, I can tell, man, you're your Instagram, you have a lot of really, really good pictures. Yeah, you've got some great pictures, man. So I did a podcast not long ago. I don't know if you heard it yet, but it came out a couple weeks ago. His name's Trenton Timberlake, and he's a photographer, and he does all like nature, like animal picture, wild animals and stuff. Really
Yeah.
cool pictures like that. So I'm always interested in how you guys like your camera settings and your how you get these shots. And some of these are, I'm sure, are photoshopped, but man, it's really good.
More color corrected than Photoshop, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So the
I know there
cameras
was.
go on.
Go ahead, man.
So cameras tend to shoot things flat.
Yeah.
Flat meaning like it kind of, say you got like a really bright color. So most of my colors I kind of like overexpose a bit, but so cameras tend to shoot flat. So then when you take it into a Photoshop, it hasn't got that much memory, and then you can blow it up, and then it just does it. It's really hard to explain, but you just got to, it's just adding that little bit of effort to your pictures just makes a massive difference. You can shoot raw and just shoot and just upload what you've taken a picture of, by all means.
Right.
I mean, some of these photos, I mean, like yeah, some of those photos, like the one of me boxing up there, that was just raw. I didn't edit that or anything.
Yeah.
That was a charity boxing match I did for memory of my nan who died last year. Not last year, 2 years ago, 2020.
Okay.
She died of cancer, so I did a cancer research event for her, and me and Caitlin both did it. I was going to do the MMA one, but then Caitlin wanted to do the boxing one, so we did the boxing one. So so me and Caitlin trained for 8 weeks for that. Raised between us, I think I raised about £200. Caitlin raised about the same, yeah. And then we had like ticket buys and stuff for it. So yeah, altogether it's probably raised about, I don't know, about £400-500. Yeah, £400-500 for it. Yeah.
Had you ever boxed before?
No, I used to do karate on Wing Chun, which is like a little like Japanese sort of Chinese-ish Oriental sport-ish fighting. But I never really got up in a ring of 2,000 people and just went, yep, this is the guy. I'm fighting him. I mean, and then obviously, like, I'm British. I mean, everyone goes to the pub and has a fight. I mean, that's the closest thing I ever had to a public fight. So jumping in this ring, it was just such a nerd. That was possibly the hardest thing I've done, was even just getting in the ring. I had a panic attack before getting in.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It was only 3 rounds, but the first round I was completely blown out because I was trying to regain my energy that I lost getting into the ring, having a panic attack.
Right.
But yeah, it was a completely mental experience. 100% won't do it again. I'm going to leave my boxing career undefeated, 1-0. And yeah,
that's cool. Though,
yeah,
man.
It was a cool little it was a good experience. Anyway, I think it was a really good thing to obviously do for my nan. My nan was like my mum.
Gotcha.
She was my best mate. So it was really good. And because of the whole lockdown thing, I never really got to say goodbye to my nan. So I wanted to do this year. I wanted to do as much as I possibly could, because now obviously all the restrictions and everything are all gone, and we can kind of do whatever we wanted. So I made sure that this year I did exactly what I wanted to do. So I never been abroad before, and Caitlin's from Malta, so I went on holiday to Malta. I did the boxing. I bought my first car, passed my test. So yeah, I'm just that whole experience was a massive drive to doing. Again, even the photos, it was a massive drive to just doing what I wanted for once. So yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, the people don't realize when you go into when you get ready to fight and like you're sober, right? Not like a bar fight where you're drunk. because you don't really have those butterflies when you're drunk.
No,
But when you
no.
get ready to go into a match or a fight where you're sober and you've had time to think about this, and it comes time to get in there. Those butterflies, man, that nervousness, it's weird how all the strength goes out of your muscles.
Oh man, yeah, yeah.
Like you
You said
can't
it all
hardly
in
lift
one.
your arms. You can't
Yeah,
hardly, catch your breath.
yeah.
And it takes a good, minute or so of action to get warmed up to where you feel, okay, now I'm getting there,
That's literally exactly what happened. I mean,
Yeah.
Marcus came to it, so I went up to Marcus pre-fight, and I was like, "Dude, I'm sweating, my heart rate." We did a medical beforehand and after. So my medical beforehand, my blood pressure is 120/55 all the time. Stayed like 65 beats per minute. I am rested. I am good.
Yeah.
My heart rate was like 120 beats per minute, 170/60 blood pressure. I was so nervous.
Oh shit.
I was not in a good state. So like first round, I was like, right, okay, let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. Concentrate, right. Dan, concentrate.
Yeah. No
and then
shit.
yeah, third round, I kind of got woken up a bit, and yeah, I actually did some decent-ish boxing, and yeah. But yeah, it was a great experience. It was a really, really great experience, and
it really is. Going through that and overcoming it and finishing, that is man, it makes you can't get that feeling anywhere else.
No,
honestly.
I mean, win or lose, I would have been happy if I got in there and lost.
Sure.
I mean, I went in there for a charity sort of thing anyway. I wasn't going in there for a boxing match. I wanted to put on a show. So
right. And well, the thing is, you didn't back out. You didn't quit. So
no, that's the hardest part. Is getting in the ring. Win or lose, you got in the ring in front of like 2,000 people. So like,
yeah, you build some some confidence. You earn some respect, and you give some respect. Obviously.
Yeah.
Now, how do you get this kind of photo right here?
This stuff. So basically, this is wire wall. You pick it off. You stick it in a whisk, like if you're baking, like a whisk. Stick it in that. Stick a battery, like a 9-volt battery to it, or a lighter. You light it on fire, and with the whisk, you just spin it around. So you have it attached to a rope, or you just spin it, and all the little sparks that come off of it, you stick it under a long exposure, which makes the camera, say, blink, keeps its eyes open for 30 seconds. So I think the human eye can see up to like 300 frames a second or something like that. So you tell the camera's brain to only expose itself for however long you want it. So this, I think I put it for 20 seconds. So the 20 seconds.
So that won't make it won't make the other stuff in the camera lens blurry just by leaving it open longer. It's only things that are moving will be blurry, right? Or something.
I'll make an example. I'll do an example. So with my camera, if I set right now, so I'm on 100th of a second. So this is my camera doing 100 frames, right? If I slow my shutter speed down, see how it gets brighter?
Yeah.
So right now I'm on every 2 seconds, the camera's taking a picture. It's really jittery.
So what is it? It's capturing more light because it's open the whole time?
Yeah, bingo. So where you leave it open and you just put light into it, you're basically drawing with lights.
Huh. Dude, and that is wild. So this picture here, when you do this kind of stuff, did you have to how did you figure out how to do that? Because it's you kind of lost me. What are you flinging around again? A sock or something?
It's wire wool. Yeah, you use it for like cleaning up exhaust pipes and stuff.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. I don't know how I figured out how to do it.
That's fucking wild, dude. Because this to me looks like these sparks are like going for pretty far.
Oh yeah, I think I think there's one photo. If you go along one, you see the remnants of one of the wire walls just absolutely shooting off into the distance and hitting some like walking.
Is it this one here?
No.
'Cause that looks like it's ricocheting off the wall here.
Oh yeah, dude, they fly everywhere, man. The sparks. I mean, I think Connor got like a hole burnt through his hoodie. That's the one. Bottom on the left. Bottom left.
This one
You
here?
see on the you see it shoot off.
Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, that hit some guy who was walking. So he was like, what the fuck was that?
Oh my god.
Yeah. I have no idea how I saw that happen. I mean, I saw an Instagram of someone doing it with wire wall, and I knew
That's
you could do it
fucking
with wire wall.
cool, bro.
Never tried it, but like long exposure and stuff. I think I did actually do it with skateboarding, because I was skateboarding in the dark one day, and obviously I saw, like, you try and take a picture, so the flash goes off, and I had a DSLR before this, so the flash goes off, and you get the picture, and then it'll go back to being dark, so there's no really that much light going through. But then a car ran through my picture, and you can see the headlights painted like the way. And then from that, I realized, like, oh shit, the possibilities are endless. You can just do whatever you want. You can just, you can draw with light. And
that's so cool, man.
Yeah, so you can do some awesome random stuff with that. I mean, we've done it with fire. I've done it again, like there, look in the bottom right hand corner, there's Malta, so you can kind of do it with the water. So in real life, the water would be moving, but you can make like the water where it's constantly moving, the lights hitting it, it just looks blurry, so you can kind of make a mirror image of the water on the floor. So
oh shit. Oh, see, I thought okay, so this is, this is how ignorant I am with that. I thought that the water is like that calm when you take the picture, that it's that clear.
No. It's not even that light. It's not even that light. So
shit.
If I was to take a picture now, you'd only get like little specks of light. Like you'd only be able to see little specks of it. But where I had that open for like 20 seconds or something, all the light is collected up. Yeah. I mean, if you look in the middle, just above the skyline, there's a light that goes past it, and that's an aeroplane light that's on. So
okay, I see it. Yeah, it looks like a white line across the building.
Exactly. So every bit of light movement is painted. So that's why they call it light painting.
Oh, that's cool, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
That's wild. Well, I'm going to tell you the extent of my camera stuff. I have the Samsung Galaxy 20 something, 21 or something. It's got 100 times zoom. Okay, I'm going to tell you how awesome I am at taking pictures. I zoomed in on the fucking moon the other night, and got a picture of the moon, and you could see the craters and everything. So that's the pinnacle of my picture taking.
See, the phone cameras, this is the problem, right? The phone cameras are getting too bloody good.
Right.
So everyone wants to be a photographer now. I mean, which is great.
The amateurs, bro, are like coming out of the woodwork.
I mean, if you go down on my Instagram page, like a little bit more, most of the photos are taken with an iPhone.
These?
No, these were all the cameras. So if you keep going down, it'll probably be about like last year or so. So, keep going. I mean, look, that ghillie sniper one, that's with my iPhone.
Where's it at?
Go up. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, this one here.
All of those down. I mean, even the one of Bernie in the top left, all of those were photos on the. Yeah, that was all on my phone.
Oh shit, that's good. I mean, those are good. They're not as good as the camera, right?
In resolution wise, yeah. I mean, you can always, the possibilities are endless with Photoshop, but yeah, you can just do anything on a phone nowadays.
That's a good picture of you guys.
Yeah, that's us.
Oh no.
How did you guys meet, by the way?
Instagram.
Good old Instagram during the first lockdown.
Really?
Yeah, Caitlin went through my Instagram.
Oh god.
Because I was the hunky hunk, and then she was like, "Yeah, I'll have a piece of that." And then yeah.
You are good looking. That's good.
Thanks, bud. Thanks. So you're not too bad yourself.
I'll just leave you guys alone.
But yeah, I mean, even we met through Instagram. Because I was trying to be funny on TikTok and uploaded the TikTok onto Instagram, and yeah, I mean, all my life I've been wanting to try to do like Instagram stuff, and I mean, that was the only thing I got out of it was Caitlin.
Yeah.
Oh, something sad.
That's funny.
The fire stuff I did with my drone, which was a Christmas present from Caitlin.
This here?
Yeah, that was on my phone. That was on my phone, but the video next to it was on the drone. So.
Oh, on a drone?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice,
this
dude.
is Brighton. Brighton's like the most arty, weird place you'll ever find.
Really?
There's nowhere like Brighton. There's nowhere like Brighton. You get people like this in the street performers doing like this sort of shit every night.
Really? Just random, just like
Just you can't guess what's going to happen in Brighton next. Like it's such a good place to like be.
yeah. Oh, that's cool looking.
And it's really it's just a gorgeous place. As much as you hate it and it's got its crackheads, it's just such a nice place.
Hey, that's so that reminds me of a place here in California. Oh my God, I just fucking lost it. It's been in a handful of movies. Oh, Venice Beach. Okay, so Venice Beach.
Oh yeah.
In Cali.
Yeah.
So I've been there a handful of times, and it is just like this. You got street performers, the widest range mix of people, and drugs everywhere.
Yeah, that's it. That's Brighton. That's Brighton. That's literally, I think that is the closest you'll get.
If you want to go on a great acid trip, you go to Venice Beach. That's how everyone tells you. Yeah,
Brighton. Brighton is like the clubbing central, weirdo central, arty central. I mean, there's no shit graffiti in Brighton. That's literally it. Like
that's cool.
It's so good. Yeah, it's such a nice place to be. But yeah, all of that was taken on my phone. So if you even if you wanted to get into photography, you don't have to go out and buy £700, £900 worth of camera.
Right.
I mean, there you go. Look, I just stole that picture of Marcus from Driverwood and just slapped a background behind it, put a stage behind him, put a sky, 3 helicopters.
See, that is, to me, that's fucking awesome, dude. That looks cool as shit.
Everything in that photo is completely different layers on Photoshop. So the dust in front of him, that's a new layer. The sand dunes, new layer. The mountains, new layer. The sky, new layer. The helicopters, new layer. The camels, new layer.
Damn.
Yeah, you just paint.
Oh my God, that's crazy, bro.
And loads of different layers. It's just like cutting and sticking on a piece of paper, and you put different layers and stuff. But this is another thing that I thought, I can do this with my airsoft. If you skip on the right hand side, you can actually see the original. I mean, there you go. There's one of Fabio. Cool. That was like one of my favorite ones I did. I actually put like a little round in his magazine that he's holding. Well, I cut out the BB.
Oh yeah,
around. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Now, what was the this is the one that's the original?
That's the original. So I make little reels with them where I spice it up a bit. So yeah, it went a little bit over the top, I must say. And it kind of caught on, and everyone loved it. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to carry on doing loads more of these.
Yeah, man, that's fucking cool shit. So what do you make that video on? What do you use?
I got Premiere on my computer.
Yeah.
But again, you could do it on your mobile phone with CapCut. Like,
Jesus.
The possibilities are endless, man. Like, if I was a kid nowadays with an iPhone, I'd be unstoppable. Unstoppable. Like, look, I had to get on like a digital camera and like film something, take the SD card, take it home and edit it on the computer and then upload it to YouTube or Facebook or something like that. No, nowadays I can take from my camera, edit it on my phone, upload it to wherever. It's so easy. Or I take a picture on my phone, edit it, and then job's done. like,
Yeah,
the
you got some cool
possibility.
shit in
So
here, man.
for anyone who's ever trying to get into like photography, you just need an iPhone or a Samsung or whatever, anything with an editing capability.
Right. Yeah, you
So
got
there's a
some good
whole,
stuff in here.
but yeah.
You said you bought a car recently. Was that
That's the Skoda Fabia up the top. So I used to have motorbikes, which was my like all go-to thing. So I was always different, hence why the whole nickname was Maverick.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I got a motorbike when I was 19, and I never looked back. So I carried on with motorbikes, and then when I started trying to get to airsoft sites with a gun in my bag, it's not the not the easiest way of getting around with rifles. So I was like, right, okay. Plus, I had Caitlin and everything. So I mean, the motorbike's not the safest thing, and it sucks in the winter. So I was like, right, let's get a car. So yeah, and there's the footage from the AI.
Oh, nice.
So this was obviously on the camera. That's Marcus.
Okay.
And then there's the reel with some of the YouTube stuff. I actually did put something on YouTube. I couldn't really put a narrative story together, so I had to make a little montage of everything I got.
Yeah.
So I kind of like threw everything together. But look, the venue you can see is just crazy.
That is cool. Look at all these people, bro. Holy shit.
This is what I mean.
Holy shit.
There's so many people.
God
It was literally,
damn. Dude. Yeah, that's got to be total chaos.
it was manic. It was absolutely manic.
So you have a YouTube channel?
I do. I'm trying to make another one with Marcus. So I've got my main channel, which I just upload any other crap that I make on there, and I just put it on there.
Okay.
And then I've got my mate. Well, you know Marcus. So Marcus and me are going to try open up our own little airsoft in YouTube. So
good.
Trying to do a little bit more story-driven narrative, and try not to be like Kicking Mustang, I guess. But yeah. We want to be different. We don't want the serious of it. We want to be like comedy, because everyone does the same thing. So
yeah, everyone does the serious. I'm gonna look so tactical, bro.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Oh, there's the objective up top. We've got to get around the side, do a couple of flanks, and then yeah. No, I don't. We don't want that. We want to just be if you put a microphone on us whilst we're playing, dude, the chaos, man. It is literally the Instagram is a complete front. There is nothing serious about the way me and Marcus play. It's just joke on joke. And so I thought, no one else is doing it. I'm gonna get a GoPro and I'm gonna start doing this video.
Yeah,
I've got to, because half the stuff that happens, no one will believe.
Well, you know what you guys should do too is because I'd be interested in watching like a podcast that you guys do, like before and after the game, and then your footage. You could do like a reaction video where you guys, you have it playing in the background and you're both talking about it. I would love to listen to that. I would love to listen.
That's a good idea.
For real.
I'm thinking about doing that.
Yeah.
I could possibly do that. Yeah, I could probably do that.
Yeah, that'd be fun, man. Because I mean, I've talked with Marcus. You know, him and Bernie were on together. You guys are both well spoken. So is Bernie. So is, well, I haven't talked to Caitlin yet, but I'm sure she is. It'd be
she's just really shy.
I mean, I would watch that. I would listen to that.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, actually. I'm gonna
tell you, bro, there's not a whole lot of airsoft podcasts out that are consistent. So there's a lot of good ones
No.
out, but they
Yeah.
don't have consistent content that's fresh and new that come out, every
That's
week.
That's half the problem.
Yeah.
Nothing really to get something to go to the same place. So say if I went driverwood every day and I took the GoPro, or every weekend I took the GoPro and I did the video every weekend, it'd be the same thing, just a different narrative. So we've got so many different sites around us, but there's only about 5 or 6 of them that are different. So you got Driverwood, Dog Tag, the UCAP Bunker, the UCAP CQB site, and then you've got another one in Milton Keynes we haven't been to.
You guys
yet.
have a bunch around there, bro.
Yeah, but England's so small, man. It's so small and there's so much going on. There's loads of different things. I've just got to try and figure out a way of keeping it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, well, look, bro, if you go, so like this event here, I mean, how long was that event? The one at the mall?
2 days. So we got up there on a Friday night, and then Saturday it started, and Sunday, yeah. So yeah, Saturday, Sunday, and that's an event though. That's an event. So normally the event,
it's an event.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you go play like at a regular skirmish or something, what is that, like 4 or 5 hours?
Oh, no longer than that. We're there from about like 9, 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
It's like 8 hours.
Yeah.
So your podcast, dude, you got tons of content. You've got just one day. You're not going to talk for, you're not going to watch the whole video, and you don't have to. You can just do 45-minute sessions on your podcast where you play, just the morning part. Then the next week, so you already have your content. You don't have to go to every place every week. You just you split up your 8 hours into 5 different podcasts. Talk about different things that happen throughout it.
Yeah,
I'd watch
that's
it.
what I mean. Yeah, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff to do that no one's doing it. So,
and people in America, we love your guys' accent. So
I don't know how.
We do. I'm telling you, man.
We've got so many weird accents here. I mean, like, I think Southerners. I mean, we. I don't know. I don't see myself having an accent, but the best accent you can get is the Scottish guys. They have the best accent. We got a guy. We actually call Scotland, because he's so Scottish, and dude, his accent is just beautiful. It's brilliant. But
I talked with one of the guys who's actually in the RAF, and he's active duty military, and he was doing he was talking to me while he was in his barracks room, and he was stationed on on the Air Force base or whatever, and you can hear the planes taking out, like the jets going in the background, and he was raised in sorry about that. He was raised in northern, I guess, up by Scotland. Yeah. And so like the northern part of the UK, I guess. And he's got a real, he sounds Scottish.
Yeah.
When he was talking.
Yeah. That is the nicest accent. I walk around like I've got no accent. I'm just like a normal, like, British person, I guess. But like, when we went up to Manchester, people were talking to us like, "What did he say?" I'm like, "What? What did you say?"
Oh, that's funny, man.
And then we were outside the hotel, and this guy's like, he's got a well nice accent. I'm like, "What? I've got an accent."
Oh, that's funny. Hell
it's crazy. The accent thing is so diverse, because you only have to go up the road and it starts getting deeper and deeper and deeper. The further you go, the deeper it gets. Like,
oh yeah.
And then unless you're in London, where you get all sorts of randomers turn up. I mean, Brighton, you get like, yeah. I mean, Brighton's got its own little language. To be honest, it's like it's like its own little slang language. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there's loads to do. It's just getting the time to do it. The idea is to do it, getting a bunch of people together. I mean, we've got all the guys around us. We've got Josh with Krios, who Josh is just he is a complete fountain of knowledge on how to
anything with photography.
Yeah, just broaden your horizon with the online sort of thing. Josh is just your man for it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for me and and Marcus, we're just comedy relief. It is, yeah.
That's good. Hey, we need that.
Yeah, it's great. So we can just go out with a camera and just go, right, let me put this in, put that in, put that in. Yeah, just be absolutely wacky. I mean, whatever I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and filter most things, but I'm gonna keep it most. Yeah, try and keep it arty. Try and keep it funny. Try and keep it good looking and keep your eyes attention to it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I'm really excited to do it. So by next year, hopefully, I'll have double the followers and double the subscriptions, and we'll have a little catch up. We'll have a little yearly reunion, and be like, right, what have you done
for sure, dude.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
That'd be cool, great. Man. I mean, yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. So hopefully by this time next year, I'll have a decent-ish platform to go off and say, yeah, I did this, and help people on the way as well. Try and do it. I mean, again, like from going back to when I was in college, and look, my tutor said, "Oh, you wouldn't be able to do this, or you'd never get anywhere with it." And I'm like, "Well, mate, I'm sorry. I just got invited to the Airsoft Festival to take photos for him, and I do videos for this guy, or I've done videos for that guy." And yeah, they're just that's the plan. I mean, I never take no for an answer or something like that. So
good.
Take loads of videos, take loads of pictures, and just do what I want to do. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, it's been great talking with you, and good to meet you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely do it again in a while. And what'd be cool is to get you and Marcus on together after one of your events, or all four of you guys. Both couples on together. Do a group.
Can do, yeah. Or where else could we do it? We could do a great British setting in a pub.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Hey, listen, I talked with Gem Airsoft. I don't know if you ever follow her.
Yeah, no, okay.
And Vixen. And Vixen. So they were going to do it because they were going out for Gem's birthday, and the night that I talked with them, and they were going to do it from the pub, but we couldn't figure out the audio because there was so much background noise. If you have it on speakerphone, it just cuts out. So we'd have to have, if you have lavalier mics, the little cam mics right here that, clip-on mics with a separate recorder, those would work great. But
yeah, I could get them, or just come get NAF next year, and then we'll have a
I know, right? Do it in person.
Yeah,
that would be cool shit. Hell yeah,
that'd be great. That'd be sweet. But yeah,
where can everyone find you online right now?
Instagram, YouTube. For now, YouTube is just under my name, which would be Dan Hayes. The Instagram is my main platform at the moment, which is Maverick_BTN.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, man. You guys have a good night.
Yep, you too. Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks.
All right. See you guys.
See you later. Bye.